Putting Canadian TV first. All our amazing Sun News fans out there have probably seen our ads in support of the network's application for mandatory distribution on analog and digital basic television service in Canada. Well, Sun News is 100% Canadian and produces 96 hours a week of Canadian content, but is less available than several American and foreign all-news channels. In fact, some cable and satellite companies don't offer Sun News at all. Well, we don't think that's right. And friends, we do need your support. So you can go on www.canadiantvfirst.ca to sign our petition and find out how you can write your own letter to the CRTC. Now, for more on this, we're joined by former Director of Communication of the Liberal Party and former Head of Global News and editor of the Montreal Star, Ray Hurd. Good to have you on the show, Ray.
I'm delighted to be back.
I want to get your take on all of this. Obviously, there's an application before the CRTC. We've seen a big media foofara among some of our competitors who, I think it's fair to say, have generally been down on the idea of Sun News getting the same kind of treatment that CTV News Channel and CBC News Network got when they first started. What's your take on that?
Firstly, let me say, all Sun is asking for is a level playing field. Sun already has a license to broadcast from the CRTC, so in my judgment, this shouldn't be a big deal. Put Sun on the level playing field that the CBC and CTV enjoyed when they launched. That's all they're asking for. The other thing is, in terms of how much viewers would have to pay, it's less than a third of a cup of coffee a month to get it, and Sun would get much less from the cable companies than the CBC's getting. Now, the other thing, Daniel, that you have to understand is this. When you see these American channels on your basic tier, their top entertainment, drama, soap operas, sports shows are simulcast automatically on the Canadian stations. So if you gave Sun a channel which now is reserved for one of the American border stations, Canadian viewers wouldn't notice any difference because the program on the American station is on CTV or Global or City or even the CBC. So there's a lot of space that Sun should be allowed to occupy on the basic tier if they dump one of the Americans, because the American programming is available in Canada. That's my most important point. My third point, Sun TV is jobs for Canadians. You have a very talented team of young Canadian journalists who understand the internet. We're talking about jobs. Newspapers, and I edited a newspaper and I ran Global, so I'm qualified to tell you this, newspapers are declining, whether you like it or not. They're going online. So television, which you and I are on now, has a bigger future for jobs for young, talented Canadians who need those jobs. So those are the major issues. And the other one is, in any democracy, we want to have one Ezra Levant. If we had two, that would be too many.
Let me ask you this. You know, there's been a lot of belly aching, and I think it's fair to call it belly aching among a lot of people about this application from Sun News. Why do you think that is? Is it simply a matter of we don't like the opinions that are expressed?
I'm a Liberal. I'm on Sun. No one tells me what to say. My friend, and I disagree with him, Warren Kinsella, he's a Liberal too. The reason is they are afraid. Do you know why they're afraid? Sun deals with people, human beings who breathe and talk. CBC deals with politics and policy and all these airy-fairy things. So I would say here and now, they're afraid that they lose audience to Sun at what snobs call the middle or lower level of the market. The demographics of Sun are grassroots, working, hard-working Canadians. The demographics, especially of the CBC, because CTV tends to play it in the middle. They, you know, neither one side or the other. But CBC appeals basically to socialist, policy wonks who don't really care about people. They care about what they regard to be principles or policies, not ordinary, hard-working people. And there's nothing wrong in saying ordinary.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We'll have to end it there. That's good stuff.
Okay.
Well,